Hey, this is Kate from Daisy Nails, creating fun, funky, fabulous nails. Number 3 in my Klimt series, based on the painting Women in Gold, requested by my friend Amy. This part of the sorry, I was just watching what I was thinking, what on earth were you doing there? Sorry, I've wiped it off. This part of the painting that I used for this was, as you saw at the beginning, I've put the little sections on the beginning of each of the videos, were little red squares with some little bits of detail. So this is, I think, Nio Nails 000 long, which is a lovely, very fine, long brush. And I'm doing all of the horizontal lines followed by all of the vertical lines. Again, I'm not trying to make it look perfect because Klimt's style wasn't perfect lines, which makes it so hard because, you know, you want your nail art to be neat and your lines all even and your corners all square, and they weren't. And I didn't want to stylize sort of Klimt's painting style, and so I did these. And look, I've said on all of them so far, looking at them separately, they just look kind of random and not brilliant. But when you see them together, you go, oh yeah, that's based on Klimt. But I did find it so hard. Just fill it in. Don't worry about those corners. Don't worry about, you know, the evenness of it, etc. Right, so once I've done that bit, I'll pop it in the lamp for the full cure. Cure, there was a band that I loved in the 80s when I was in my major goth phase. See, look, you can't help it. Still squaring them up. Okay, so this is the Madame Glam Perfect Gold. That was the Fire and Ice, was the first one. If you watch the first video in this series, it does show what all of the gels are. So yeah, this one is Perfect Gold, and then I'm doing the in-between squares. Not loading the brush up quite as much as I was. No, I am loading the brush up, sorry. It's the wrong way around. I'm loading the brush up quite a lot, so I've got enough on it to do the whole square. Just for speed more than anything. Also, you get a better coverage. You don't get that sort of scratchy look. If you don't have enough of the gel on the brush, then maybe we get that all going for a full cure. If you don't have enough gel on your brush, it can look a little bit scratchy. Right, so this is Crystal Nails, short, fine one, doing some little dots in the middle of my gold. That's why I had to have the full cure. And then we're going to do little lines. I'm not going to go all the way around the red squares, just doing some sort of 2 lines around most of them, but not even all of them. Yes, I was looking at that and thinking, why is it in the middle? So some of them were inside the squares and some of them were on the edges of the squares. It is a couple of weeks since I painted these. I have done another set since I painted these, which are coming up soon. Quite excited about. And into the lamp for a cure. Right, so going back with the gold, we're now going to do some little gold squares in the middle of some of the fire and ice squares. Just using the very tip of the brush in this particular instance because I want very small design. I want it to be nice and fine. Sorry, I just had a long gap because my youngest, who was using the skate park that I mentioned in the first video, just came back to have a chat. And they've gone back to the skate park. Right, so yes, it's all cured. Bit of a top coat into the lamp, and there it is, all finished. As with all the others, on its own, it looks a bit random, but when you get it all together, ready, there it is. You get the gist that it is linked to Klimt. Right, thank you so much for watching. Come back and watch some more. Watch the first ones in the series if you haven't. Take care. Bye.